Good morning, welcome. Happy Monday morning. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you spending your next 30 minutes with me to do a little bit of movement and a little bit of breath work as well. So let's find your comfortable standing position. Welcome if you're joining on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the Zoom group. We will take our feet shoulder width apart. Just make sure you've got space around you that you're going to not knock into anything. And we're just going to start off with some gentle shaking. So just nice and easy to start off with. Pay particular attention to the shoulders. Free up the shoulders and the back of the neck a little bit. So we tend to hold a lot of tightness and tension in the shoulders. And then we can use the legs as pumps. And you can gradually build it up just enough that feels good, a little bit of a wake up for the morning. And then let's do some cleansing and clearing breaths. So we'll take a full breath in through the nose. Really fill everything up and then just let go. And again, fill all that space in the lungs, in the rib cage. Full breath in. And let go. Let's do one more. Good old shake. Might want to shake a little bit more. Full breath in. And let go. And then just gradually slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And then open up the shoulders. Feel any tingling sensations. The energy flowing through the body. And then letting your breath settle. I'm just getting a little bit of feedback on Zoom. Can I ask you to mute? There we go. Thank you. I'll do that. Yeah. You all good? Thank you very much. And then just letting the breath settle. So just balancing out those big breaths, those cleansing and clearing breaths, with just some very gentle, calm, soft, light, nasal breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to do a little bit of self-massage. We're going to do a little bit of flow in terms of movement and breath, and then we'll spend the final 5 or 10 minutes just with some seated breath work, because I know that is very popular. So we're going to do a little bit of self-massage. Just do what feels good for you. We're just going to do a little bit of raindrops on the head, all over the scalp. I'm going to take my glasses off for this. So if I start looking in the wrong direction, that's fine. I can vaguely see the camera. So just tapping. If anything feels uncomfortable, I know I say this every session, but if anything feels uncomfortable, stop. Unless we specifically want it to feel uncomfortable. And then we're just going to put a little bit of pressure underneath the eyebrows there. Just gentle pressure up. And then soft coming out to the side. So you can put as much pressure as you want there under the sort of like the frame of the eyebrows there. And then just soft out to the side. This one always feels nice first thing in the morning. Gentle pressure. Let's just get the tongue position. So we're just resting the tongue lightly on the roof of the mouth. If you do that, you get that tongue position. Rest it on the roof of the mouth. And then I want you to put a little bit of pressure on the roof of the mouth with the tongue. And tap. And then just keeping the tongue on the roof of the mouth. You don't need to put as much pressure on, but just keep that tongue on the roof of the mouth. Just the ears, down the ears. Gentle pull on the earlobe. Just breathing lightly, softly in and out through the nose. And then we're just going to come behind the ears there, so just underneath the ears, gentle circles. So you sort of like getting into the jaw there a little bit. This is great because it just gets the blood flowing there, get some nice drainage going on. And then I'm going to come into the base of the skull. This is a good one really for getting the head balanced on top of the spine. So lengthen the neck a little bit, lengthen the neck up, and then just get your thumbs right there in the base of the skull. Lifting that spine, lengthening that spine. Good. And then we're going to rest one hand on the crown. We're going to bring the other hand onto the opposite rib. Take your feet about shoulder width apart. Very gentle. This is not pulling or stretching. Bring the ear to the shoulder and then just gently pull that rib cage to the opposite side. And again, if anything hurts, you stop. It's not about forcing. See if you can get that rib cage pulled a little bit further to that side. Breathing gently, breathing gently. Feel that length. And if that's comfortable, just looking, if you've got a point of the room you can look to in the opposite direction. So if I'm mirroring you and I've got my left ear to left shoulder, I'm looking into the right hand corner of the room. And then very slowly, bring that head back to balance on top of the spine and then swap side. Crown of the head, lift and lengthen, so keep tall. Opposite hand on the rib cage, those lower ribs. Gently bring ear to shoulder. Pull in the ribs. Oh, this moves a lot easier on this side for me. My ribs just glide. And then look in the opposite corner. breathing easy. And then very slowly bring your head back to balance on top of the spine. Have a little shake. All of this is good for stimulating the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve, nape of the neck, goes from the neck through, wanders through the rib cage, the chest, the throat, all of this belly, diaphragm. The vagus nerve sends that signal of safety back to the brain that you're calm, that you're relaxed. And it's nice to get that stimulated. Let's do a little bit of stimulation of the chest. So we're just going either side of the sternum. This might be making really loud noise now because it'll be tapping on my microphone. Hopefully it's not too loud. And you can go fingers, or if you can do it a little bit with your fists. And here is another, you always get that feeling of it's a very good place to do a little bit of cleansing and clearing with the breath. So you can take that fuller breath in again, expand the lungs, expand the rib cage, and let go. And if you want to make a sound, make a sound. It's like a good morning wake up. Remember also when you're making sound, when you're making any vibration in the throat, you're creating nasal nitric oxide when you're making sounds in the nasal cavity. So if we're humming, let's do a hum out, breath in. All the fireworks go on Zoom. I've got fireworks going. I don't know why it does that. That's the second time I've been able to do that. So let's do a hum out. So let's do breath in and hum out. Change the sound. This is good for Tom's singing lessons. It all sounds really woo-woo, but there's loads of science behind it because you're creating nasal nitric oxide. Nasal nitric oxide works as a vasodilator. That opens up the airways, you get better oxygen uptake. It also stimulates that vagus nerve because we're creating vibration in the throat. Good, have a little bit of a shake out. And then we'll come to the lower back. And you'll find spots that you might feel needs a little bit more. I definitely feel my back and lower back needs a little bit more. I haven't been doing lots of long runs recently, and I did a slightly longer run yesterday, and I can feel it a little bit this morning. So just going into the lower back. Oh, that feels good. Good, good, good. Let's go into the glutes. Feels good. And just do as much or as little as you feel you need. And then we're going to go with the hands. This is when all the neighbours wonder what's going on. Back and side of the legs, up the inside of the legs, and then into the hips. I like that hip one as well. Really get into that fold of the hips. Let's go back and side of the legs. Inside of the legs, hips, do one more, back and side, inside, hips. And then just take a little rest, shake out. Didn't do the arms, did we? Let's go back to the arms. So, down the inside, up the outside, shoulder. Shoulder's always a good one, that big muscle there in the shoulder. Down the inside, up the outside, shoulder, You're just cupping the hands there on the shoulder. Let's go back again down the inside, up the outside, shoulder, and then we're going to go opposite side, so down the inside. Just watch if you've got any rings or watches on or anything. Up the outside. Ideally you take your rings and your watches off so you don't scar yourself. Inside, outside, shoulder. One more on the arm. Inside, outside. Feels good. And then we're just going to do a gentle, 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 gentle on the belly. So you can just tap around. And again, you might feel as if you want to do a nice breath in and let go. Feels good. Should feel all that tingling sensation. Got the energy moving around the body. Let's do a bit of a flow. So we're going to open the flow, so just breathing in and then breathing out. Feel that little bit of a weight shift towards the heels as you breathe in, and then a little bit of weight shift towards the ball of the foot as you breathe out. And then next one, as you breathe in, we're just going to lower down. And as you breathe out, you're going to come up to standing. So it's the opposite movement with the arms to the tiger. It's a different flow. See if we can stay with that breath as well. Breath in through the nose. Breath out through the nose. Really keep it smooth and easy. It's almost like, visualize like seaweed. So there's that nice flow movement throughout the whole body. Let's do alternate arms. So breathing in. What I like about this one is it stops you from bending over when you're going down. You have to go low, both arms, do both arms, but keep that upper body long. Keep that chest open. And one more. Pulling down the sky. just coming into bamboo in the wind, bringing your feet together. Standing tall. Closing your eyes and just giving yourself a few moments just to let the body gently find its own balance. And then taking a breath, opening up your eyes, giving yourself a gentle brush down. Head, back of the neck, the arms, back. And then just taking your time just to find a comfortable seated position. You can do this standing if you prefer to stay standing, but seated, we'd want to do a resting posture, so you want to feel comfortable for the next 8 minutes or so. Either on a chair, on the floor, and we're just going to do a bit of light, slow, deep breathing. Remember the purpose or the intention behind just slowing the breath, consciously slowing the breath, is again that will send the signal through the vagus nerve that you are calm, you're relaxed, you're safe. That sends that signal the other way around. We know if we're stressed, the breath tends to be tight and up here and very quick. So we are sending that signal back to the mind to say everything's fine. Also, we're going to be more efficient in terms of oxygen because we are breathing more air per breath and not breathing, and we're not wasting the dead air with every single breath. The other thing that you are doing is also helping to build your tolerance to carbon dioxide. Building that tolerance to carbon dioxide has a lot of benefits in terms of having that right balance of CO2 in the blood. It helps to relax smooth muscle. It helps to make you less breathless when you start to move, when you start to exercise. And as long as we're feeling calm and relaxed and you're not feeling any major air hunger, then we know we're not building too much carbon dioxide. The other thing I've been exploring quite a bit over the past few weeks is this tongue position. So I just want you to get set up with the tongue positioned on the roof of the mouth. Now, it's not, some people can get that whole tongue on the roof of the mouth. Don't worry if you can't get the whole tongue on the roof of the mouth. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. It almost like helps to open up the airways. And it also supports the head. So it keeps that head posture good. If the tongue's not there, everything can feel a little bit collapsed. So having the tongue resting on the roof of the mouth. We're going to breathe 6 breaths per minute together as a group. And anywhere between 3 and 7 breaths is shown as sort of like the ideal rate for helping to slow the breath. Everybody's going to have a slightly different rate, so stay with 6 breaths per minute. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds and we're going to breathe out for 6 seconds. So just getting yourself supported on the surface that you're sitting, tall through the spine. Get that tongue positioned on the roof of the mouth without tightening the jaw. So relaxing into the face, relaxing into the brow. Relaxing into the eye sockets. Eyes closed or open, whatever you prefer. If you tend to do this with eyes closed, I would suggest do it with your eyes open, or when you practice it again, do it with your eyes open. It's very easy just to close your eyes to relax the eyes, but it's quite nice to have the eyes open to see if we can soften into the eyes as well. Just tuning in without changing the rhythm at the minute, just tuning into your natural breath rate, so just tuning into that physical sensation of the air just as it flows naturally in and out through the nose. And I always like to notice that change in temperature, so that even if you're indoors, that slightly cooler air as you're breathing in. This is a really nice anchor point as well. It's natural for your mind to wander when you're doing any practice like this. And then when you notice your mind is drifting or wandering, just very gently guide it back to that physical sensation of the air, just as it flows in and out through the nose. We're just going to do 3 minutes now of 6 breaths per minute. So I'd just like you to take a slightly fuller breath and then breathe out, and breathing in. To a comfortable rhythm. And then taking maybe a slightly fuller breath in with a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of a twist. It's nice, even if you just do 3 minutes of that, just to slow the breath. And what I'd like, I know when we were chatting on Wednesday, I know a lot of the Zoom group enjoy these seated breath practices. So just let me know, just give me some feedback on Zoom or on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. If you want to spend a little bit longer on a Monday doing more of seated practice, then let me know if you're happy with the combination or if you want to do more half and half. So just any thoughts on that, because I know we've been focusing a lot on the movement and breath on a Monday. So please do let me know on that. Just to let you know, also this coming Thursday, I'm doing a class, a live class Thursday evening, 6 o'clock UK time for the Breath Source, for the Source app. And I'm going to share a link with everyone. I'm just going to stick it in, because I know I will put it out in an email, but I'm putting it in the chat there with the Breathe Balanced Movers on Zoom, and I'm going to stick it on Instagram as well. I'm going to put the link on there. So that's Thursday 6 p.m. We'll be doing some more breath work like that, a little bit more like that, if you want to join for that. Thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate it. It's a lovely warm day here in London. I'm going to go and have a quick walk, run, do some breath holds, and then crack on with some work. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for jumping in, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.